everyone, what's up? We are live and this is Quest for Player 2.
Oh man, it is great to be back. We love being here with you guys. We can be anywhere else no, that's Jethers. No, but we love being here with you guys, sharing just our thoughts, our concerns,
relationship our advice, just trying to connect.
We love it, we love it, we love it, and we're so glad that you guys would return and at least listen to us, because every once in a while I want someone to listen to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good reason. That's why we're doing this, right?
Pretty much.
We want to listen to you. We give some feedback. You give us some feedback.
Back
and
forth.
Also, this is going to be a very special show because there's a very special movie coming out in just a couple days.
Well, it's out now. They dropped it early because of 4th of July coming. They chose to drop it early. I saw it today. Well, I also saw it today because I work at Sony and we saw it on the lot. But people are watching it.
Life is hard when you're popular.
But people are watching it at theaters like they were today. It was a humble brag, damn right.
Yes. That is the correct term.
I work for Sony, guys. Hey, I'm a copy. Oh, nope, don't talk about my job because that's not going to help. What do you do? That's cute. Okay. That's what people would say.
Well, I'm jealous. I actually didn't know that it did drop early. I thought it was dropping on the 4th of July, and I thought it was going to be like a fun holiday.
It was a cool, big move, and it was like rattled a lot of people. They were like, oh, that's not fair because opening weekend numbers shouldn't be blah, blah, yada, yada. And it was like, yeah, shut up.
Oh, well, I need to keep up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture, apparently. So go to that #show.com.
Yeah, right.
So I can find out that Spider-Man was actually released today.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, it's a very special episode due to Spider-Man Far From Home being released today.
No spoilers. I did not watch it, obviously, because I didn't even know that it was out. But
no problem. I was going to actually hit you up because I was like, maybe I'll watch it with them or I'll leave and see what else doing, and then we could go. That's what I was thinking. But then they were like, no, it's here, and we're not going to give you that theater. They weren't going to give me, what they do sometimes, they'll give us what they call like a theater voucher, and we can go to a theater and see the movie.
Oh, I see.
You're going to make you start buying movie tickets on the lot. Yeah.
So what?
You can buy movie tickets at the Sony.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Nice.
Yeah, you can.
Nice.
He's right.
But yeah, we are going to be talking about Spider-Man. I feel like the best way to swing this thing. I'm not to be clever. I'm not a clever person. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man's relationships, and we have a lot to choose from. I'm not super well versed in a lot of them because there's a lot of issues, and he goes up. But man, Peter Parker is definitely kind of a playboy, considering he's such a hardcore geek and a nerd, and he's perceived by that. He gets made fun of a lot.
And he's ridiculously
the hottest chick,
dude.
man.
He's a good-looking, physically fit guy.
Yes.
Why would someone not be like, yo, I want to get on that? Like, why wouldn't you?
After he's Spider-Man, but in the beginning, he is just a dork and a nerd, and
True.
Kind of like a wallflower is not really out there. So,
but all the relationships that we ever see are him after he's been, Spider-Man, MJ, all of them. So it's just
Liz Allen was probably his first, and we saw that a little bit in Homecoming.
Yeah.
A different situation from in the comics, but kind of his first crush, and that was, he kind of was media and rest of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
kind of before,
true.
Kind of after.
Aww.
I don't know.
That's true. First crushes, though, when it comes to first crushes, did you ever have a moment where you actually got to, date your first crush?
No, but I do remember my first crush. We were in, from, preschool to kindergarten, and we would play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles together and, pretend fight. And then afterwards, he would, bring out his guitar and play, little, kids
What?
songs.
Wait, whoa. Okay.
And, that was definitely my first crush. I don't know where he went. We were, really good friends, and we would play at each other's house, after school every day. And then...
It sounds like the making of a movie. Literally, it does. We played Ninja Turtles, blah, blah, blah. Then after that, he pulled out a guitar and he plays some music. What?
Yeah, it was really weird. And, I don't remember any of the songs he used to sing, but I just remember that, he was, my Ninja Turtle friends, because none of the other girls wanted to play Ninja Turtles with me. But he would always play, and he let me be Donatello, because honestly, none of the boys wanted to be Donatello.
Funny enough, I hear John Mayer likes Ninja Turtles. And he plays guitar. Was it John Mayer? That's what I'm asking.
Maybe
see.
I feel like we're about the same.
Yeah,
age,
right.
Could have been.
It could have been. No, but okay. So back to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And going over his relationships. I guess we should kind of go through them, figure out if they're good ones, bad ones, maybe.
Yeah, we already talked about Liz Allen, and that was a really small one. But I feel coming up after that, of course, we have Gwen Stacy.
Oh.
He's at university, and we've seen her in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Oh, yeah.
Which is super interesting. And like, I feel like they genuinely like had that connection, and I think that, you know, if he didn't kill her, might have worked out.
Dude, it wasn't him.
Are you
her
sure?
neck got snapped when he tried to save her.
Yeah, but snapped her neck regardless.
If he didn't save
killed
her,
her.
if he didn't save her, she was gonna die.
That's true. I guess it's better to have a snapped neck, Gwen, as opposed to splattered on the,
Yeah,
on the ground.
you know,
Gwen,
you're like, well, no open casket.
Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, I do feel like Gwen should have been the one for him.
Honestly, Gwen indeed was the one. She had so many kind of like connections with Peter. She understood his family life, his whole ethic. She grew up with him as well. So she has far more things in common with him.
Okay, but what do you think about her dating Harry Osborn, which is Peter Parker's best friend? Would you date, after knowing that, you know, dating a best friend, would you want those sloppy seconds? Are you down for that?
No, I am not a person that, I will not. I don't have a problem if someone does date my ex, but I will never date someone else's ex.
It's like a bro code, girl. Or like girl code.
Yeah.
Bro code, is that a thing?
No, bro code, yeah.
And I feel
definitely a thing.
Yeah, for me too, where I'm like, if that was your significant other for any amount of time, like, they're off limits, you know? Like,
yeah. But what if, like...
Although they do work out to the best, like, I don't know if they're the best relationship, but Gwen is up there definitely above Mary Jane, even though Mary Jane had a longer relationship, obviously, and had more time. I feel like if he didn't kill her, they would have made it.
It would have been him and her. Yeah, right? Ultimately, that's why she came back now. She's Spider-Gwen and blah, blah, like alternate dimensions, blah, blah. Yeah, and it's like for that reason. She really was like the best match for him.
Yeah, like played in a band, super confident, all this, without being cocky, without the Mary Jane, like, I want to just party, I'm not committed, I don't want to do any of this, and took 2 proposals to actually get her around, but you know.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one in a bit.
But I love Gwen Stacy, and I wish that they had spent a little more time developing the character. That's why I love the Amazing Spider-Man.
Because
it did the same way, but I feel like we got to like actually see her, and it's pretty rare.
Oh yeah.
It's always MJ, and like I understand why, you know.
Well, I really don't understand why. I'm being honest. I don't understand why. I don't understand why we had to take away the moment of happiness from this hero to make him sad, to make him still have to fight and blah, blah, blah. Why not give him the moment where he gets to have his happiness, and then what he's fighting for from then on is always to make sure what keeps him happy is safe.
Well, I don't know. Like in the comics, it was like kind of a hit and miss with MJ, and she's like super cocky. That's like, hey, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot, which is kind of like the most self-absorbed thing that you can say to someone that
it's also something to let you know that she's easy, and that's not a problem.
Yeah,
it's not a problem. Hey, if she's like, you just hit the jackpot, it means, oh, we're banging tonight. So no,
I mean,
we're
it's
not.
true, but then like he goes back, like, I don't know if she's like the rebound chick, where he's like, oh, I just broke up, I'm gonna propose to MJ, like, oh no, like something happened and I killed another one of my another one of my girlfriends died, I'm gonna propose to MJ. Oh, she just magically said yes. All right, let's go. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't really get it. Like in like the Spider-Man movies, though, the one with Tobey Maguire and like MJ, I feel like that chemistry was really built up. She was like the girl next door that he always had a crush on, and I feel like the relationship in that movie made a lot more sense than it does in the comic books, and why they wanted to be together.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can get it. I just, man, I'm
roughing like my MJ shirt today, but
true.
You know.
But I don't know. I am definitely when it comes to it so far, the women that we mentioned, only out of the 3, I'm still voting for Gwen Stacy.
I am too. Like
I still am right now.
I feel like the circumstances and that whole like Green Goblin thing, like that was super unfortunate. Man. And I feel like the first love, like they actually got together, like you never forget that. The first person that you ever fell in love with, like you always kind of have that. And the fact that she died and you don't have any closure, and he doesn't actually know if she was dead before she hit the ground or if he killed him. Yeah. So he carries that guilt forever. And I feel like, oh man, like no matter who he's with, he's always going to think back on that, you know? And it's like,
yeah,
man,
and that's
the most tragic first love story.
It is,
I think, ever. Like worse than being cheated on, worse than being like dumped. It's like, did I kill her?
Yeah, and you'll never have the full answer. So you know, well, I mean, if they did forensics,
they probably.
But whatever, you know. I don't know.
Comic book logic doesn't matter. Doesn't exist.
So, another victim of love. Do you have one in mind?
Another one that I actually kind of really like, and I think it's because I like Batman, is Felicia Hardy as Black Cat. Because obviously they're trying to play up that Batman and Catwoman thing where she's like, I'm kind of bad, but I like you, and you kind of like me. You think I'm hot, you know. And she most definitely is super hot. Like her costume and like the little fringe furs, and it's like, I don't know. I like her character design, especially here. Like I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I kind of feel like it's more like their morals don't align, and I feel like if the groundwork is not there, where it's like, yo, you're breaking the law, girl, and you know, like I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and I usually arrest people like you.
No,
you know?
the thing is, was Felicia actually a klepto? And that was why she just couldn't stop stealing?
She was just like a general thief.
Yeah, because I mean, she was a cat burglar. She'd always steal like jewels. She'd do this, she'd do that,
Yeah.
But it's like, after a while, like, yo, I mean, why don't you just... And then she had that thing, apparently they added it in, where she had a power of bad luck or something like that.
Yeah.
And blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so with all this going on, why didn't she just end up working for, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. or Sable's team or anything, you know? Like, then she could have been a good guy, but... She just always wants to be bad. Her dad was, so she is also. It's like, if it's hereditary in that way, maybe she's a klepto. I don't know.
I know. Well, they just panned her as like, you know, their morals didn't align. And then also, I kind of feel like when Peter was on the rebound for a short while and was like, yo,
Always.
Black Cat, you know what? I'm actually Peter Parker. She's like, you know, the guy with the mask is a lot harder than you.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it was like
I saw what MJ did, and she kind of escaped from you. I gotta follow suit and kind of get out of here. Like I was down for the hot hookup and the guy in the mask.
Yeah, but not now. Now that I know, it's like it's not the same, and that's true, and that does suck because it's like, hey, but then again, it
that's
doesn't.
Why they're not meant to be together. That was a hot hookup.
It was.
But they are definitely not meant to be together.
And I think what you said before, their morals do. It becomes rather ambiguous. But the thing is, when you really think about it, his morals are on a sliding scale. Because the thing is, it was like, oh, okay, well, MJ just rejected me for something right now. Hey, let's bang. And that's what he would always do. And it was like, this is kind of out of character for who you are as Spider-Man.
But he's a young adolescent guy that, like, he's trying to hit it off with the girls, and he's still reeling from killing his first love, you know? Like,
so that's my excuse. So I'm gonna bang my way. I'm gonna bang my way through recovery.
I don't know. I mean, she was down with it until he was like Peter Parker. She was like,
true.
Yo,
and
you a nerd. I want Spider-Man.
And that's weird too. So were they banging with masks on?
Oh, always? I think a lot of times they were making out with masks on, and she was with the little lift up.
Yeah, the lift up. Yeah. All right. Maybe. Man, though, I mean, he hit the jackpot right there with her. Cause wow. Wowie.
For sure. Like, I really like her, and I like that dynamic, and I kind of like that they played off the Batman and everything else. And I actually don't know. I think Batman came first before this.
Probably, I think
before,
so.
Before.
Well, here's the question though. So, with that being the case, is it something where it's always the good boy falls for the bad girl?
Maybe a reversal of tropes of like the girl's like the bad boy.
Yeah, right.
I kind of like that. Interesting.
So it becomes him going for the bad girl, but then also with that, when a good guy has to go for a bad girl, and that's something that's interesting because a good girl can go for a bad guy, and she doesn't have to essentially seek down to his level.
Yeah.
You know, but a good guy that goes for a bad girl always has to go down to wherever, you know, that level of what, this is my moral ambiguity. You know, I have to go there. But that's interesting to me.
But that's why Peter was ultimately like, hey, this ain't gonna work out. I mean, I'm a good guy. You're kind of a bad girl. I think we need to part ways. I'm gonna find another hot chick to go hook up with. Especially since you don't like me for who I am, and who I really am is Peter Parker. I mean, that's gotta be a blow to the self-esteem, right?
It definitely has to
But also, that's why you don't lie to the girl in the beginning. Like, you don't pretend to be like super cool, and I don't know. I mean, the mask does like, it's kind of like that Lois Lane, like Clark Kent, where it's like,
that's true.
You know, nobody likes a regular guy, so I feel like it does kind of make guys try to lie a little bit, the white lie to make them boost up their ego.
True. So in this case, is it nice guys finish last, but when you finish last, you don't finish best?
I don't know. I mean, he still finishes because he goes on the rebound and
proposes
to MJ. Like, I mean, she's like, all right.
but just in their relationship, those two, like, just considering that, it's like he essentially finished last, but definitely didn't finish best because she said no in the end.
Yeah, but I mean, he stuck to his morals and his ethics, so I feel like he came out ahead. It's like you can't date someone and you can't compromise what you believe to be true for somebody else. Like, that's just not a good relationship. You know?
It's true. I mean, it's very true.
So he took that, like, we saw it, and it's like, and I feel like, I don't want to be sexist here, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe girls do this too, but I feel like a lot of guys will pretend to be interested. We had some questions back on, questions like, I really pretended to like this band. I actually don't like them.
Nope.
And, and you're trying to, like, lie, but eventually you're going to have to, like, fess up like our friend did, and was like, hey, I don't really like them. I want to send you and your girlfriends to enjoy this concert.
Well, see, that's the thing. But the thing is, when it comes to lies, I mean, like everybody says, no matter what the lie is, ultimately it cannot always, like hide as a lie. It will come out and you'll find out what it is. Exactly. But I mean, everyone rather believe.
I feel like the white lie, but she obviously wanted to believe that this guy was.
A lie is when a lie is fun. Everyone rather believe the lie than listen to the truth.
Of course.
And
then that's why when he just comes out and is like, yo, you're hot. I'm actually Peter Parker. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to a different country now.
Yeah. That's kind of messed up, man. That does suck. But it was good because ultimately in the end, he moved on.
Yeah, he definitely did. And he has no shortage of girls that are attracted to him and that he's attracted to. I feel like we have a lot, and I don't really know, like, a lot of the Spider-Mans going kind of later on with stuff, except for the one that I kind of want to talk about is Cindy Moon. Like,
yes!
Actually really like that storyline. It's because, like, I don't know if it's actually true love, but I feel like it's true lust.
Okay,
like, when you find, like, that sexual partner that's like, oh, man, like, your kinks work with mine, and I'm willing to push these boundaries, and you're okay with it, and I'm willing to do this. Because they were bitten by the same spider, right?
Yeah.
So they immediately have this chemistry, this natural connection, and they're just, like, hooking up all the time, and it's like,
It's in the air, man. They need it.
It's not a real relationship,
right?
But it's, like, a really good rebound or a lust relationship for him.
But the thing is, lust can only last for so long. After a while, it becomes where, now what do we do? Now we just finished banging it out. How is pillow talk working if we have nothing to talk about? How is me having to converse with you before we do anything working out? How does us connecting on any other level work out? And if it doesn't, then it's just like, well, so all we're here for is sex. So, I mean, and ultimately that's where the relationship doesn't work.
It's just kind of naked anyway. You can't help but be like, oh, that's hot. Let me make a quick suit out of my web powers real quick.
Well, yeah, true. True, very true.
I don't know. I feel like, but Peter always gets the hottest chicks. It's crazy.
She does. Did we miss the picture of Silk? Oh, there she is.
There we go.
I was like, oh my god.
So she shows up and it's
love that. I love that.
Right? I mean, she has the other, like, the black and red suit
but
that she has. But at first she was like, yo, I ain't got no clothes. Must be at least slightly modest.
Still dope. Still dope.
But yeah.
That. I mean, God, man. But they knew that it wasn't going to last. And the thing is, so here's a question. When it comes to it, just looking at them, which one would you prefer more? Great sex and mediocre conversation, or amazing conversation
it has
and
to be amazing
mediocre
conversation
sex?
for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it has to be amazing conversation because it's like you have so many hours in a day, you can't just fill it all with sex all day.
Oh, yeah, right?
You got to be able to talk to somebody, and if they don't have any conversation skills, I mean, like, that's just a booty call at that point where it's like, yo, it's like 2 a.m., you got to go.
Oh, that is true. That is true, yeah.
Like, that's not really a relationship. Like, sure, it could be super fun, but when it comes down to it, that's not who you want to spend your time with, No.
And you don't want to be the person that has to hear, so,
yeah,
what are you doing?
He's super jacked in that one.
He's always super jacked.
But especially because he doesn't have the top part of his suit
Yes,
on.
and now you see it, and you're just like,
but it's also weird because
muscles.
It's like a onesie, though, so it's kind of like... I feel like any superhero. Now you know what girls go through when they wear rompers and stuff.
Oh my god!
You gotta use the bathroom. You gotta get naked to use the bathroom. So that's why this panel in particular is super funny to me.
I love it. But like I was saying.
And for those of you who cosplay, probably know what's up,
you guys have to know what's going on.
You gotta get naked to use the bathroom when you wear those bodysuits.
Oh my god! You're like, Handler.
Like, man,
Just
they
unzip
look
it,
good,
I'll do the rest.
but you don't understand. Like, you're in the bathroom, you're like, man, you're in there for a long time. It's like, no, I wasn't doing a number 2. I really couldn't zip back up. It's tight and super hard. My arms aren't flexible.
Yeah, I can't make my arms beat. Yeah, I understand. But like we said with the whole silk thing and mediocre sex versus mediocre conversation, which one or blah blah blah. I kind of agree with you because I don't want to be the person that's like, so what do you got planned?
Yeah.
Like, that means leave because
I feel like
have
it's harder to
with
teach
you.
conversation skills, especially like once you surpass a certain age versus like it's pretty easy, especially with internet now, to be like, yo, let's try to step up your game. Need you to watch these. Here's a playlist for you. Put it on autoplay. Now let's go.
True.
Versus like conversation skills, like, I mean, you kind of have to have that naturally. Like if you're witty or funny or intelligent, like.
Anything.
Yeah, whatever it is, however you connect. Like, it's not something that you can read and learn. Otherwise, it ends up sounding like a history lesson or something. Not to diss history, but I'm thinking of the Harry Potter. Is it Mr. Binns?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, definitely.
Recite what I learned, and it's not really all that interesting.
So, I guess another one to cover, going for that.
Want to do any of the X-Men?
I was thinking of Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, he dated more... At least a few that I know of.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like Kitty, I don't know this arc especially well, but I don't know, I'm down with it. Like I like X-Men.
They were friends. And essentially with him and Kitty, it was more of their dates would be swinging around the city, finding villains or criminals and kind of stopping them. And then after that, just kind of making out on rooftops because it was like, oh my God, that was cool. But that was
that's
it.
Cute. I feel like that's a cute, like, high school, we both have superpowers kind of romance.
That's exactly it. So then ultimately, when he, ends it with her because MJ is ready to take him back, she understood because she was like, yeah, I mean, we weren't really doing anything. We weren't going anywhere. And that's
actually really good. She's just like, yo, I know.
Yeah,
cool.
right?
It was fun while it lasted. I'll see you later.
I'll see you. Yeah, and we're just good. We're friends.
And she didn't die,
that's
so that's good for Peter Parker. Considering a lot of the girls he dates end up dead.
Or they end up in trouble because of him.
Or fake death like Mary Jane, where it's like, are you dead? You're not dead. Whatever. You're kidnapped. I don't know.
Oh God.
Comics go in a bunch of different ways. That,
Always.
I just can't keep up with them all.
But so with that, it's kind of like, okay, hey, would you ever mind being the placeholder?
No. As long as you kind of... I don't even think you need to have that discussion. It's something you can kind of just tell a lot of times. But I feel like the safe bet is always to just ask, like, this is just for fun, right? Like, I just want to have fun for right now. Kind of like Mary Jane in the beginning, where it's like, I don't do, like, serious relationships. I'm just here to have fun. And, you get a sense of that to begin with, I feel like.
I mean, I've been the placeholder before, and I'm fine with it. But I've also been the placeholder before, and it killed me inside. Because it was like, dang.
If you invest more than you should, that is the downfall. And I feel like once that starts to happen, you either need to have that conversation to be like, hey, I'm not happy where this is going. I don't want you to date anyone else.
But the problem is you can't if you started off with kind of, hey, we're an understanding, where it's like, you're a filler in a space that happens to be free. You can't then turn around and be like, look, I really have the feelings, because it's just...
But then that messes you up. I feel like you need to have that opportunity to, like, at least speak your piece. Because once you go in too deep, like, that shit ends up like 500 Days of Summer. And she was like, I already said no.
Yeah, now I don't want to talk to you. So now
you need to go. So I feel like you need to, like, kind of have that conversation before you get in too deep, so you can, like, kind of go recoup and find your Mary Jane.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And like you said, she understood. Yeah. And she knew what it was. It was like, yeah, I knew what it was when we signed up. So it was like, I'm cool.
That's like a surprisingly mature relationship that they had.
And they were still like kind of like high school kids or whatever. So it was like, yeah, that's kind of dope. It made sense.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Now I know there's another one. Is there X-Men or just?
I mean, he also dated Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, for a hot second.
Yes.
There were other X-Men's. I can't remember.
Yes.
Who they were, though.
He dated Carol Danvers, that's right. And Carol Danvers actually is the best friend. Her best friend is Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
So that's really
interesting. He also
dated
Spider-Woman in some weird thing.
Yeah, see, and that was weird. But, so, him and Carol Danvers, it was kind of weird because the thing is, she was the older woman.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, she understood what was going on and, their whole relationship. And he would be at moments like, wait, hey, aren't we supposed to blah, blah? She's like, all right, kid. It's like, all right, kid, calm down. You know, like, yeah, you're fine, kid. Don't worry about it. So it's like,
but it's cute. It's a
that,
sweet little thing that happens, and it's like
quick fling between him and her.
And I feel like that's a lot of the other relationships. If you guys in the chat know of any other ones that you want to talk about or think that we should have mentioned,
oh yeah, let us know.
Leave us a comment.
We definitely want to know. No, I think there's also Silver Sable.
See, I don't know this either, so fill me in on what this relationship is.
I don't even understand how this came about, because it was just like, okay, hey, I'm taking care of mercenaries, you're also working to fight and stop mercenaries, I guess now we're together. And it was like, huh? I mean, is that how it works?
Well, compared to these guys, it's like, you're young, I'm around the same age, you're hot, I'm hot.
Yeah.
How hard is this, you know?
Yeah, I guess with that, he was just like, sure, I guess I'll sign up for it. And I guess I would suggest, and I'm being honest here, if you have to say to yourself, sure, I guess, it's not a relationship you should be in. I'm that way, because the thing is, it's not going to work out well. You're going to end up breaking up. Because you walked into it not caring, you're probably going to walk out not caring.
And then it hurts the other person. I've actually done that before, where it's like, there's been people that, like, this is in the past, before I knew better. Asked me out, and I was like, no, I'm not really that interested. And they're like, hey, come on. I'm like, well, if you think it's a good idea, I mean, I may as well give it a chance.
Give it a try.
You know, and it's like, it's absolutely not fair, because at the end, it's like, they're getting all mad and like all this stuff, and
you're
I'm like,
I said give it a try, dude. You need
I gave it a try, and now you're going crazy, so you need to GTFO.
Yeah, honestly.
And it sucks. So yeah, like if that was the situation in this, it would most definitely not work out.
And it didn't ultimately. So moving on from that. Whoa, boy, there goes Carol Danvers. There she goes.
I mean, she's hot.
Oh boy. Once again, people here do not like Carol Danvers because of the movie. I think it was a great film, but some people hate it. So.
It should have been elevated a little bit more.
Oh,
but
really?
we're not here to talk about that today.
Fine. I definitely... Look how ripped he looks in that suit.
Yeah.
I guess did he work out a lot just so he could talk to her? Like, oh, really? Yeah, you know.
I mean, like,
you can lift up a...
You can lift up a...
Yeah, so, you know?
I mean, he's got he's like steroids now, and he's like, more spiders. He like sleeps in a bed of spiders to get more powerful.
Oh, man. But that's interesting. So this was just a kind of a forcible date. Like, this is what I want. This is what's going to happen. And you're going to owe me a date.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start a relationship either. I mean, if you got to kind of guilt trip or demand a date, you're not in good to move on. It's time to move on.
You shouldn't go for the date.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, nah, calm down. But he's like, nope, I'm going to get what I want. I don't care. And that's the one-track mind thing, but that's also, that's us as guys. Guys, we do like, yo, I wanted this. I don't care. And you're like, it's not good. No, everything's bad about this. I think she murders people. You're like, no, I want this relationship, and that's what I wanted. I think she's killed their last three boyfriends, and the other 4 before that, they're just missing. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We're gonna date. And you're just like, all right, whatever. Yeah, they're not. They ain't me. And you're just like, oh God, you're right. They ain't you, and you won't be you soon when you're missing or dead.
Yeah,
God,
it's true. But man, all this talk about like the guy behind the mask and this whole thing, and guys putting up facades. I feel like do we have a video from Jess talking about a question that we got kind of regarding the same situation?
Yes, we do. We have a question entitled Secret Identity. Now, it's very interesting, a very good question. I'm so excited that Jess was able to send us a video and give us that answer. We'll see if we can go ahead and get to it. Well, it's a really good one. It's pretty much about a guy that, one way or another, clearly he's lying. He has a secret life.
But she'll introduce it for you guys. Here we go.
Hi, hashtag fam. Hope you guys are having a good week. Yes, I'm in my closet. Don't judge me. The light is good and it's quiet in here. So I'm going to get right to it. Answering another fan question. This week we have a girl from the DC area. She, long story short, rode home in an Uber. The Uber driver was extremely attractive. They had great conversation. He said that he was second generation Nigerian. She said she's never had Nigerian food, and he, offered to take her if it wasn't too out of line. So he texts her about it. And while she's on vacation, before they meet up, she's looking him up, naturally. And she's 98% sure that he has a kid on the way. There's the apparent bio that she found on him on Instagram said that he had a kid on the way, and it also mentions a football team that doesn't have a big fan base in DC. She saw a baby registry pop up with his name, and when she looked up the mom on Instagram, she posted the ultrasound, and it says that she's so happy to experience this with the love of her life, blah, blah, blah. So when she asked this Uber driver if he had an Instagram, he said no. So she moved the conversation onto sports, and of course, he says his favorite football team is that same football team that was in the bio. Also, she saw the name of the health center on the ultrasound, which, good for you. This is some, like, high-quality investigation work. I love it. This is something I would do. But on the ultrasound, it's the same Virginia suburb where he lives. So, she wants to know, should she ghost him? Should she ghost him and block him? Should she present him and or the baby mama with the screenshots? What should she do? Whew. Okay, here is my personal opinion. As if you were sitting in my living room and we were talking about this and you were distraught, I would say ghost him. Here's why. Typically, if something feels off, like I always tell you guys, with your gut, with your intuition, chances are it's off. Also, if you're finding weird evidence, weird things that aren't piecing together, if it's his name, same football team that he likes, same, health center of the ultrasound of the suburb that he lives in, like all these pieces are adding up. Sounds like a liar. Even if his intentions weren't to like make it a date, which I'm sure they were, but even still, it's inappropriate, put you in a weird spot. That's not the kind of relationship you want with him. You obviously want him to be single because you're single and you want to, develop some sort of relationship. So I would say ghost him, and if that makes you uncomfortable because you don't like just doing that, some people don't like cutting people off cold turkey, you can explain and just say, listen, I found some things that I don't really agree with, it doesn't really add up here, but you don't owe him an explanation at all. So I would just say ghost him. Plus, if he is doing something shady behind his baby mama's back, it's gonna come out. Like, that's just how it is. When people do those things, whether it's you telling the baby mama or her finding out on her own, he's going to continue bad behavior. I totally understand girl code and just wanting to help somebody out, especially before a baby, but I feel like you didn't do anything wrong. You guys didn't hook up. You didn't go out. This is strictly you finding information out before you actually go to dinner with him. Plus, you don't know his intentions. You don't know who he is. You don't even want to get involved. I say don't get involved. Just ghost him and just move along. You don't even want to get caught up in that mess. There's plenty of other fish in the sea. I say, cut them off. So, hope that helps. I hope you guys are having a good day. Great episode, and I will see you guys soon.
All right, now you got it.
Always a good answer by Jess.
I completely disagree, Jess. You are wrong.
Oh.
Okay? First and foremost, what she should do is go on the date with the guy and get the Nigerian food. First thing. Okay? That's what you wanted. That's what it all started with. Get the food. And then expose him. You go, you tell everybody, oh, he's so trifling, blah, blah. No, I'm not playing. No. But I say go out and get the food at least. And then after
Especially
that...
if he did that and that was a pretext. It's not like he was asking for a date. It kind of seemed like it, but I feel like he might have just been like, hey, I want to expose my culture. Anyone that's interested?
No. He wanted to bang out. He wanted to bang out. You know it. Let's not lie. He wanted to get it
Okay,
on.
does any guy offer something like that out of like just being like wanting to be like a genuine nice person, or is there always an ulterior motive of like, no, I want to hook up?
I have, but the hookup is in the back of my head. No joke. But I'll be like, yo, platonic, blah blah yada yada. But hey, who knows?
If it happens,
then it happens. I've been that guy. But then there are moments where it's like, okay, if I'm dating somebody, I'm platonic as fuck. Everybody else is just all women become dudes. I don't know. I'm not interested in no one. Yeah. That's it. I'm good. And all dudes become women. I don't know. But I'm just not interested in people at that time. You got to keep that. You got to like shut everybody off. They all become like automatons. They're just robots. So they have no junk. You can't. That's my thing. But,
see, that is pretty interesting because it's like, man, that is some really good sleuthing skills. And I feel like this is absolutely the person. Like, what are the chances, that this person just randomly happens to be someone else, with the same name and like same sports team? Like, I mean, there are random coincidences, and it could be one of those.
But I doubt he has the John Smith of Nigeria going on.
Yeah.
No, because you said it. He has like a Western first name. So no, I think it's him, and I think he's stepping out right now. And I'm glad that you didn't say break up with him because there was no relationship to begin with. And what you should do, I wouldn't suggest ghosting. I'm being serious. Nigerian food is really good. So just kind of, go ahead and sample some Nigerian food. Just don't do it at his house. You have to go to a restaurant. So this way you can always go there later and tell your friends, oh, girl, this place is good, blah, blah, blah. But just don't go to his house.
That is a really good thing in this situation, I think, to meet up as well. Just to be like, hey, I want to hit you up, take you up on the offer to go try Nigerian food. And then see what happens when you're like, we'll split the bill 50-50.
Oh, no, I wouldn't split the bill. I would let him pay for the bill, too. And then when they're
But I feel
putting
like
the bill
that
paying,
puts it into, like, the Platonic where it's like, hey, you didn't really, like, officially ask me out on a date. You just said I can show you, like, a really good place.
Oh,
And I feel like
really?
with friends, I always split 50-50 unless, like, we're super
that's
close.
right.
Like, I'll pay for the bill every once in a while. They'll pay for the bill every once in a while, like, kind of fight over it. But I feel like when you first meet someone and it is not confirmed that it's a date, the polite thing to do is 50-50. And he's like, no, I'll pay for it. Then he's trying to,
Okay, now you are saying
Right?
the right thing, but I have liquor in my system. So what I am thinking
All right, what are you
is
thinking?
one. I mean, you're not going to give up the choach, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So what I suggest, choach, I love that word. So what I suggest is at least going out to have the dinner. If you can, have him pay for it, but don't do that. Don't do that. It's really bad. That's the liquor talking. Honestly, she's right. Go ahead and split the bill, so this way he doesn't expect anything. Because if you
owe nothing
exactly, you don't want to hear that weirdness of, but I paid for dinner. Oh, so you pay for dinner? That means now you get to have sex? That's how it works? I didn't know. You don't want to
Or
have
when
that
he keeps
argument.
hitting you back up, be like, oh, I'll take you out again. I'll take you out again. I'll take you out again. Be like, no, we split the bill.
I had Nigerian. That was great.
And that was super great. And, like, I appreciate you taking me out for dinner. But,
Go rub your baby mama's feet.
yeah.
He said, what? Oh, how'd you know about that? Aha! No, but I would suggest still going off with Nigerian, splitting the bill, and then saying, so I'm going to ask you again, honestly. Do you have an IG? He's going to say no. And then after that, you'll be like, well, look, I search everybody I'm even have a conversation with, and I think something may change. So I Googled you, and a lot of stuff came up. An IG, a woman who says she's having a child with a guy who has a name like yours, like all
the
these
same sports
things.
team. But then, are you scared of any kind of retaliation at that point? Like,
I'm
how
not
do you
going to
know how
expose. I'm not going to expose you to her.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you these are the things I found.
And I want you to be honest.
Exactly.
Was great.
So I want to be honest.
And that's why I feel like you have to split the bill at that point. Because if you're going to call him out, you need to kind of insist of like, hey, I went into this like platonically. I wanted you to know that like you're handsome, but you know what? You're being a player. I gotta go.
And then you'll get to find out. Because what if he's like, no, actually, no, that's just, it is a common name. It's like the John Smith of blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then you find out, oh, okay, it wasn't him. That would be great. But that's an imaginary world. We all know he's trying to two-time it right now.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like that. Like you sound like you're a really good sleuth. You did your research, and pretty sure you found your guy.
Yeah, so that's it. He's garbage. He's trash. Get the meal. Not a free meal. Not a free meal.
Either that,
but
or
enjoy
I feel
it.
like the safest thing too is just like, what's the restaurant called?
Ooh, and then after that,
and then take your girlfriends or take some other hot guy and go to that restaurant.
Okay.
Be like, oh, this
So
Nigerian
break it off
guy
with him.
like recommended it. He's from there, and
Yeah,
like, I want to try it out.
Yeah.
And take some guy that's actually single.
There you go. I mean, you said you date lawyers usually, and they're pieces of shit in D.C. I understand.
There's a lot of other Uber drivers out there.
There are.
Dozen.
There are. There are teachers. There are so many things out there. There's a lot of mixtape rappers. I mean, come on. But or SoundCloud rappers. It's D.C. But still, you'll find something. And actually, Matthew Thompson is in Virginia. So he's a pretty good guy. He's got long, luxurious hair. He works out. He's an actor. He does an okay Cajun accent. I mean, it's not the best, it's kind of dicey. But still, I mean, you can talk to him. He's out there. You're welcome, Matt. That's right.
All right.
That's right. All right, so we're going to move on. Let's move on to another question.
What do we got?
I don't know. We're going to find out when it comes up on the screen.
All right.
Oh, first is the worst. All right. There's this girl that rejected me at work because we work together, and she has a rule about that.
Good girl.
Not bad, not bad. Whatever. I mean, kind of hoity-toity if you ask me. Here we are a year later, and she no longer works in the office. We started talking a lot via DM lately. She laughed at everything I posted and started liking everything from 2 months back all the way till now.
Ooh, so she was scrolling back.
Yeah, right.
Got it.
And that's blatant. That's blatant.
Yeah,
man.
especially when you're actually liking it, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type that will scroll.
Oh, I'll scroll and not like. I don't need you to know.
Dare double tap any of those photos.
Yeah,
man.
right.
I don't want people knowing I'm a creep.
No,
you
right?
just gotta assume I'm a creep. I don't want to
she's being full on creep about it, and so she told me that. She told me that she just ended a year-long relationship, and surprisingly enough, it was with a guy from the office.
What?
We planned a hangout for next week.
Cool.
Should I try to shoot my shot, or am I reading too much into it? I don't want to hit the rejection wall. Ooh, nice.
Hey, but if you don't ask, you'll never know.
50% of the shots you don't take, or 50% of the shots, 100%, right? That's it, right?
I don't know. Everything in life is 50-50. She might say yes, she might say no. You might get hit by a bus, you might not get hit by a bus. I don't know.
The hell?
People say the odds of winning the lottery or
like a plane crash, blah blah. That's
you
true.
played,
That's
you're gonna
true.
win, or you're not.
That's it. So that's very true. So I mean, take
I know
the risk.
statistics, obviously. So I don't know if you should be listening to me, but I feel I don't know. Especially if she just ended that relationship. I don't know if you want to be the rebound guy. That might be what she's looking for, especially if she just ended it. And it's weird that it was a guy from the office, and she was like, I don't date people.
I don't date people. That's what I was going to say. Wait a minute.
That's really hypocritical.
Yeah. So
unless she was trying to keep that on the down low, and she was like, "Oh, I don't want anyone to even suspect, so I'm gonna say this, and everyone will know."
Everybody will know. See, so that's the thing. I'm like, maybe she didn't like you from the jump. I don't know. But then she's doing all this 2 months back and blah blah yada yada. So you're right. Maybe she was keeping it under wraps then.
Did she tell you all of this information, or did you just randomly find out through office?
Did you find
office gossip?
Yeah,
because if she told you and she's confiding in you, I feel like that's a pretty good segue into friendship, into relationship.
Oh my God.
But if you're finding this out during gossip, it might just be a platonic thing where it's like, oh, I don't have the guy from the office that I'm dating anymore. I feel free to hang out with people from work.
But then what about the 2 month thing? Going all the way back 2 months and liking stuff, laughing at everything,
some people
guys do read into stuff.
It is true. I feel
we always do.
In certain situations you can read into it.
Yeah.
To me, that's pretty bold to go back and like everything. I mean, I don't know. It's not something that I do, but I also don't.
It's thirsty. I'm saying, I'm just being real. You go back, you like everything. It's like, just letting you know, I'm waving you in. Come on and slide in at home. I'm just saying, it could be like that. But then again, maybe it's not.
It could be one of those things, especially if you just became friends on Instagram, or were you friends forever? And now that this meetup is coming up, she's going through. Because if it's someone that I just met at a convention or something, I'll go through and I'll I'll go through and I'll like your pictures, be like, hey, this is me, we met. But if you have been friends for how long have you been working? At least a year and whatever. And now she's just randomly going back. That's a bigger sign that she's into you versus
true.
if you were just immediate friends, because when we became friends, I look through and I'm like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. I will. I'll go through and be like, okay.
But I'm not gonna be like, yo, we've been friends for 2 years now, and I'm gonna scroll back 3 years to look at your all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't
you
know
know what I
anything
mean?
prior to me, so I'm gonna say, let's see what's going on. Nope.
Yeah.
No. But maybe, I don't. Shoot your shot. Honestly, shoot your shot.
I wouldn't on this particular one. I guess she doesn't work at the office anymore, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I guess, and be like, I wouldn't do it immediately. I would wait until the end of the night to see what you talk about, to see if you still get these vibes.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Okay.
If at the end of the night and you're like,
sense.
hey, I had a really good time, and her response is like, hey, I had a really good time too. And if you're like, would you want to go out again next week, or when are you free next? And she seems super responsive. The next one, I kind of feel like you should. The first one, I feel like you're kind of filling it out because we don't know the Instagram or whatever, the liking thing, or a lot of details. But I would play it coy for just one night. Because she might just try to find a confidant. Obviously your significant other is usually your best friend that you relate all this information to. And if you're too eager and she's just like, oh, you're going to be, the person I vent to, and that's it. Then, oh man, that heartbreak's going to be real. So fill it out for that one. Ooh. See if she responds to second date, and actually trying to make that a date. Be like, hey, I'd really like to take you out to dinner and take you out on a date.
Dang.
And then see what she says. And she's like, oh no, I just broke up. Like,
yeah, right. And then that's dang.
Be like, oh yeah, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I hope we can still be friends and hang out. I just thought we had a good time. My bad. I just thought.
My God, take your advice, because mine was going to be shit compared to that. Yeah. So perfectly.
Wait till the end though, because otherwise, if you're hanging out, you're like, oh God.
Yeah, if you shoot your shot and then it's like, oh boy, she said no. That dinner's pretty much over. You might as well.
Yeah, hopefully it just drinks. Yeah, just a happy hour and be like, well, happy hour is 30 minutes.
Oh boy, happy hour was until you said no to me, and that's now where happy went unhappy, and I'm leaving. Yeah, you're just like it's that happy went to sad and depressed. Thank you, I'm forever alone. Like it could be one of those. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, you wait until the end, but that's smart. Wait and see if it works out well. Ask for a second. If she says yes for the second, then on a second, you wait until the end, and then say, shoot your shot. Say, hey, blah, 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 whatever.
Like, I want to take you out on a date and see what she says.
An actual date, yeah. And then she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, blah, blah. Or, no, blah, blah.
Because this is hard, because she just broke up. She said certain things. Like, it is kind of mixed signals.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a little iffy about the liking. Like, if you've been friends for a while and she's still liking stuff right now, then I feel like that's clear. But if you just became friends, I feel like that's a little more like may or may not be.
That is true. See, social media can kill you, man.
It does.
It can be good.
And you can look into it and be like, oh, you didn't like this picture. And it's like, wait, why didn't you like that one? That's my only selfie.
Yeah, right?
It's just like, oh, yeah.
Man, damn. And that can be hard.
Or all your pictures, like pictures of your pet, because then, like, I'd probably like all of them, too. Or are they pictures of you? Or are they, what kind of photos are they that she's actually liking and thinking are funny? Are they just memes that you, like, reposted from, like, Reddit or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if they're relative pics, like, for instance, I like things in geek pop culture. So if you have a bunch of, like, not a bunch, but you have random or selected, oh, here's Spider-Man here, here's an X-Men thing here, oh, here's a Doctor Who thing here, oh, here's a blah, blah thing here. Oh, okay, I'm going to go through and like those.
And then she has these interests,
Yes.
It's like, oh.
So you see it and you're like, oh, they clicked it, they liked it because they recognized it.
And not that she was super depressed from the break and was like, I don't have anything else to do except for like all these pictures. You just never know. You can never know. So try to feel it out on this first hangout and see.
Definitely.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes too high, but also don't be discouraged. It's just there's a lot of if and maybe.
Yeah, you don't know. It's like you're going to have to run it and just kind of be quick shoot from the hip, and it's improv, but once again, wait for the second. So go on the first. It's not a date first. It's you hanging out. That's what you even said yourself. So go hang out. Make sure the hangout is something that one probably doesn't consist of like a whole lot of food. If you're going to do anything level of food, go for tapas. I don't know, Something that's just like small appetizers, blah, blah. And if you're old enough to drink, go ahead and drink, Yeah. And that will be it, and you guys can just have your conversation. Then if things work out well, like she said, go ask for the second one. So, yeah, let's hang out again. What are you doing, blah, 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 and like make that work. At the end of that second one, that's when you shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we have a connection. I'd really like to take you on a date, and, And
it works.
But yeah, rejection is hard, but you'll never know unless you actually ask.
Exactly. And rejection's part of life. Don't worry about it if you get rejected. Dust it off and move on.
It gets easier.
Stronger. Yeah, you're only stronger because you got rejected. Now you'll know, oh, okay, and I kind of know what I did wrong. It's fine. Now I'll know what to do right. That's all. Yeah. That's all. And I think with that, we're running out of the time.
One more.
I know we have one more, but we're running out of the time. I'm thinking we might as well end it. We'll use one more for next week. Yep.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and make sure.
Because we want to give you the proper time. We want to actually analyze, because sometimes as we're talking about it, we kind of go in different directions, but we want to make sure we focus on your questions. But, yeah, and I guess with that, like...
Well, ultimately, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys writing in, giving us the questions. And for anyone else who probably had a question and just didn't feel like now is the time to send it, that's not the truth. Now is always the time. Now, right now, as I speak to you, is the time that you can go ahead and send us a question. Send us a question over to fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com. And just make sure to use somewhere in that question, hashtag Q4P2.
Quest for Player 2, relationship advice, anything so we know what show it belongs to, so we can make sure it gets to us here.
And we'll be able to answer, and we'll love to answer and help you guys out.
Every Tuesday
at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Time, whatever that may be, because daylight standard, whatever. So That's
you
where
got to
find
Google
us.
that for whatever time zone you're in, but
yeah.
for Pacific time,
Yeah.
that's what we are.
So hit us up right here on Quest for Player 2 on that hashtag show. Where can everyone find you?
I am LT on Instagram, and
I am Battlestar Black on Instagram.
make sure you go see Spider-Man too.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie, guys.
Spider-Man
Trust me, you're gonna love it.
T-O-O.
Well, yeah,
I guess TWO. Yeah, it's the second Spider-Man one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But Far From Home. It looks
Yeah.
good. Now that I know that it's out, because I keep up to date with everything trending and Geek Pop Culture, I gotta go watch it now.
So you guys make sure to do the same. Hit that notification if you haven't, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep up to date with everything trending.
And Geek Pop Culture. That's what I'm gonna do.